tell you leave the door open long enough, and you have no idea what comes walking through. Steve-O's in town, man.
Yay!
What's going on now? Tonight, you're in Fort Lauderdale at the Improv.
Yep, at the Hard Rock Casino, Fort Lauderdale Improv tonight. 2 shows. Tomorrow night, I'm at the West Palm Beach Improv at City Place, is it called?
City Place, yes. Awesome.
You remember the place. I can't believe you're allowed back in there because the last time I saw
I
you
know,
there,
I
you said
evacuated the whole place.
the whole place. Do you know how mad you guys didn't get to go to that show?
But you told us about it.
The guy who runs security there was flipping out. Everybody was so mad, and they were like, "Damn, Steve-O!" And I did not think they were going to let him come back.
What did you do?
I lit my head on fire. I sprayed hairspray all over my hair, and I lit it on fire so that my head would be on fire, so that somebody could use my head as a fire-breathing torch.
Great.
So they spit a mouthful of flammable liquid at my head, and all this fire came off of it right underneath the fire alarm or whatever thing. So he basically blew a fireball onto the fire alarm. The alarms are the fire trucks came. They evacuated the entire building. The guys at the management's like, the idea of running a comedy club is not to evacuate the whole place.
But City Place, if you evacuate one, everything's
They gotta
attached.
go.
So
They
literally,
gotta go.
people were like
gnarly.
ants running down the street.
Yeah.
Everybody's gone, and everyone's cursing.
It's
at
shocking
him.
because I would never have seen something like that coming from you. I'm shocked that they were
Why
amazed
didn't
at
they
that.
see that?
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Isn't that crazy?
But I'll tell you, it's been great. The shows. It was the second show of the 2 shows that I evacuated, and that was my closing trick.
That's awesome, dude. That's the way to go out.
Yeah,
That's the
it
way to
really
go
is.
out.
So
Now let's talk about the fact that you're on Lindsay's list. Let's talk about that. I overheard that
Yeah, we
out
just
in the.
found out it was her fifth
I
step.
could not believe you were on there, man.
I'm not on Lindsay's list. Not that I would have refused an opportunity.
Oh, how polite.
Well, you're the only one because
Right.
everybody else is on that list.
That's right. That's right. I wonder if I ever had a chance to be on that list, but whatever. It's wild. She's going down a dark path, I think, but.
Yeah, just started.
Yeah.
She's just started. She's mostly all together.
Right. But I'm glad that I'm not on her list, and not that anything against her, but and Deena, you came to my show the last time. I've had so much change in my personal life, and I'm just gonna share everything at the comedy shows, but I'll tell you kind of what's been going on with me. I reached a point not that long ago where I really became concerned if I could actually be in a committed, healthy relationship with one woman, because I've just torn through so much beef for so many years.
It hurts. It hurts. You're
Right.
back. You get older. It's awful, dude.
Yeah.
You are a precious little gem. Seriously. You really are.
Look, I mean, truthfully, I never stapled my nutsack to my leg for the joy of it.
Right.
I did it because I wanted to be on television so I could slay a ton of meat suckers. Right. And the plan worked pretty well.
Right.
But then now here I am. I'm about to turn 40 years old. I'm looking in my future. I've never been in a healthy relationship, and I don't want to necessarily be alone, 50 years old, miserable, angry, falling apart, trying to hump everything that moves.
Right.
I don't want to turn into Pauly Shore.
Oh!
Thank you. Because that is a perfect description for him.
Have you met Tracy St. George? No, I'm
Yeah, those two go way
But
back.
I'm joking around. I'm telling jokes, but I'm also being really serious because it's true. I don't want to necessarily live that way anymore. So I promised myself at a certain point, going on on my tour, when I go on this trip, I'm not gonna fool around with anybody, and I mean it.
Okay.
But it never really worked because something always popped up. Like
Yeah, we know what.
because like when I was in Toronto,
Right.
I was just minding my own business in the strip club, right? This girl came over, this dancer came over, and she turned around, she showed me her butt with her beautiful thong.
Right.
She had my autograph tattooed on her butt cheek.
No.
Yeah.
Come on.
How am I supposed to turn down a piece of ass with my name
No,
on it?
you can't. You can't do that. You can't do that. No.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
But-
Because
but-
even under
thing
that,
to
you can
do.
just write "was here."
Right, right. I should have.
Should have got the Sharpie out, man.
It's not too late. But in all seriousness, I kept promising myself I'm not going to do it. And I became really alarmed. Like, wow, I don't want to do this. I don't want to live this way, but I can't not. So I started seeing a sex therapist.
Okay.
I went, and seriously, I told this guy, I said, I'm not gonna meet the right person until I am the right person, and I believe that's true. So I've been doing all these things. I'll be honest. He told me, I think you need to go to sex addict rehab.
Really?
So I went to this outpatient 2-week therapy program, and it's been like the best thing. I've been doing all this suggested stuff, and now I don't expect anybody to believe this, but I have been completely celibate for 6 months and 3 days.
I was going to say, I've been celibate for 6 minutes now. Man.
Right.
6 minutes.
I just got out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
How
No,
long?
Seriously, Elvis.
No way.
No. Elvis has not left the building
No.
for 6 months and 3 days. Yeah, and it's great. I've never been more productive. I've got all this time on my hands.
Right. Yeah. You sure do.
Yeah.
So that's why you're throwing jellyfish on your head. That's why you're doing all these things.
I never even learned how to edit a video until I got into this whole thing.
Really?
Yeah. And maybe it's a little bit more boring, but what actually I think brought about the change is that I was trained in transcendental meditation in June.
Oh, nice.
So I've been diligent in this meditation practice, and as soon as I started doing that, I really felt all of a sudden I couldn't reconcile this promiscuous lifestyle. It didn't work for me, and so I was like, man, I want to do something about it, and that's how this all unfolded. Started seeing the therapist in July.
Okay.
Next thing you know, I learned how to edit for the first time. I pick up the camera. I start doing all this great fun stuff. I launch a YouTube channel. I got over 2 million subscribers. The jellyfish video got over 1 million views in less than 3 days.
It's pretty
And
cool.
then you got a couple more when you walked in here.
Yeah,
I know.
Go to
It's great.
Steve-O's
It's
Facebook
really
page,
good.
and you'll have the link to his YouTube stuff. It's amazing.
The comedy has been going crazy. In July when I started seeing July, I got 1 million likes on Facebook. Now I'm like 5.6 million.
Okay.
It's because I've been more attentive to it, and I've been more creative. I've been more productive. The comedy's going great. The interviews are going great. Got a new agent. I got my first acting gig.
Nice.
Acted in a movie with Samuel L. Jackson.
What movie?
It's called Barely Lethal.
Come on.
Now I don't have the biggest part in the movie, if you can believe it. But what's really interesting about it, I'm not the lead.
No kidding.
But I'll be credited in this movie as Steve Glover.
Come on.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
Because
really?
I decided.
All this
Yeah.
because you got your head out of the bush. That's
Oh,
all of this.
right.
All this happened because I came up for air? Is that what you're telling me right now?
That's it.
Come on.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And there's all these great projects in the works. I'm telling you, I'm just jazzed. My life is going really well, and I'm just so excited. I'm from South Florida, even though I haven't lived here in a while, but I come here regularly. I love coming back. My family's going to be at the show.
Awesome.
Which is kind of funny,
Yeah.
I tell my family when they do come. My dad and my stepmom came over 3 years ago, and I mean the improvement in my comedy over the last 3 years is absolutely amazing.
Like
So
night and day.
I can't wait for them to be there because this is my third time headlining at the West Palm Beach Improv, as well as my third time at the Fort Lauderdale one. So obviously they're having me back after I evacuate the place with the Steve-O fire drill.
No, you know what the thing is? The thing about you is like you walk into the building here. We have people come in who like Bob Saget. We had Bob Saget in here, and people were like, "Oh, that's sweet, Bob Saget's here," but nobody is like dying to take a picture with Bob Saget. You come in and you look at anybody who works here at their Facebook page, and they're like, "Look, I'm with Steve-O," and they're all excited,
that's
and
super
everyone's
cool.
so excited
Yes.
to meet
It's
you.
really
and
cool, and I'm I follow you on Twitter, and it's great to see how well you do.
You don't
and-
respond to direct messages, but that's a whole.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, do I not?
No.
I sent you a message and asked you if you and Joe would slap each other in the face for
Oh,
like 30
I
seconds.
don't
He's like,
look
I
at
don't-
Twitter
Yeah, I
around the
don't-
clock.
Whatever.
When did you send it?
You got to get a person then. If you're doing movies with
No.
Sam Jackson, you need a person.
I think anybody who would authorize another person to speak as them or post for them
Right.
is a moron.
I agree.
Not to post for you, but to tell you that you have a direct message.
Well, you know, like I've got like I don't have a notifier on my phone to. I have to be looking at Twitter.
want
to
Joe
see
to fix it?
But
He's
you do
great.
have
But when I
a-
get your
can do
direct
that.
message,
Right.
I will respond.
Well, it'll be too late because I wanted you guys to slap each other in the
He
face
does
while you
have
were
a
here.
wonderful selection of women's rear end. I mean, wonderful selection of autographs and things along those
Right.
lines. Those are great, man.
Now,
Scars.
Scars.
Right. Why do you want me to participate?
There was a
in
new
this?
study that these women in Beverly Hills are paying $350
Yes.
for a half hour to have a specialist
Slap your face.
face.
Tightens the skin
Better
up.
than
So we wanted to
Botox.
see if you guys would be more beautiful.
You and
after
I are
slapping
at that
each other.
40 mark now. Shit's going to start to fall,
Right.
man. It's going to start, it's
I
going to start dripping.
know.
What do you
There
mean
we go.
start?
They pulled me in. They pulled me into this this radio station down the hall,
Right.
to see if I would answer for them. What's my favorite Easter candy?
Oh.
And I knew I was going to disappoint them with my answer.
What was
What
it?
is it?
I kind of declined to answer. Instead, I said I believe the statistics are that 1 in 3 children born in America after year 2000 will develop diabetes.
Oh, that was your answer?
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Right, I mean,
Did you
are
drop the
those-
mic and walk
Oh, my
out?
God.
Are those statistics not staggering and horrifying?
That's
I mean,
crazy.
1/3 of our children will have
Yep.
diabetes because of the garbage they're putting into their bodies.
Yes.
And like I just say, I don't even
Yeah.
know, like all this refined sugar peeps. Easter's a real problem.
Yes.
So you don't want the basket Jen made you?
I don't. I actually
Oh.
the radio station before that asked me if I would play the peep challenge where you try and keep
The peeps in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuzzy bunny.
Dina.
Yeah,
That's our
fuzzy
contest.
bunny.
I
yeah.
am the reigning champion.
And,
Thank
and,
you
and
very
I
much.
hope they weren't too upset, but I respectfully declined.
Yeah, no, they're pretty pissed because they've just texted it out to everybody.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
fucking
Right.
Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, old Diva Steve
Yeah.
won't pile peeps into his
Guy
mouth.
puts
But
all
I-
sorts of things in his
Right.
mouth, but won't put
Yeah.
a sugary
Right.
marshmallow treat.
Right. I mean, if the DJ wants to teabag me, that's
That's
another
a different
thing.
story. I agree. I've got standards. You know what I mean? I got
Okay.
standards. When
Right.
you
So
say,
you would have a slapping contest with Joe?
Yeah, I would sooner pile men's genitalia into my mouth
that either
than that
goddamn
garbage.
peep,
Who makes these peeps? Because I'm going to send this audio to them.
It's also
We're going to send this audio to the
the
Peep
other
Corporation.
statistic apparently is that 2/3 of your daughters that were born after 1986 have been with Steve-O. So congratulations. Very nice. That's very nice. Steve-O, check him out tonight at the Hard Rock, Fort Lauderdale Improv tomorrow night, Palm Beach Improv,
Oh, what a
palmbeachimprov.com.
blast! You guys are the best.
Appreciate it, Steve-O.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one, man.
Okay, now you're going to have pictures
Don't
of-
nail anybody on the way out.